and then we'll do a presentation and we'll open it up for some Q&A. So as soon as Roth gets ready to go, we will put this up on the screen.
Hello and thank you for joining us. The World Games 2022 will provide a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our city and all of our residents and businesses to host the world in the spirit of unity and athletic excellence. We have been working closely with the team at the World Games, as well as our fellow local, state, and federal partners, to ensure the best event possible for our athletes, our visitors, and our community. This is Birmingham's international moment, and we are committed to a world-class experience. That includes making this the safest event possible by protecting the people gathered at our venues while striving to minimize the inconvenience to our community. The size and scope of this event in our city will require certain locations to be blocked out to ensure security at its peak. We are committed to providing advance notification to those in our community that will be affected. We've already engaged in face-to-face conversations with our residents and businesses in areas that may see traffic disruptions or closed sections surrounding nearby venues. These conversations will continue in the weeks to come with many resources to keep everyone informed. Today, we will provide you an overview of the perimeter surrounding several venues. I want to encourage everyone to get to know the plan surrounding the World Games 2022. And I thank the members of the news media in advance for sharing this information with our community.
For the City of Birmingham. We have talk to you today. We'll do some Q&A immediately afterwards. We're going to have a presentation with our monitor here and some images on the screen, which will help as we discuss this. As you heard from the mayor, the city has identified secure perimeters and road closures, which will be implemented during the World Games 2022, which takes place July 7th through July 17th. Now, those perimeters determined by Birmingham Police in partnership with our federal law enforcement coordinator and World Games Birmingham organizing committee will ensure that level of safety and security essential for a multi-day, multi-location international event. We're very excited to be in this partnership with the World Games, and I'd like to pause now and introduce Chief Operating Officer Jake Aston.
Good morning, everybody. As Rick and the mayor alluded to, this is a large event. This is the largest international sporting event in the history of Birmingham and the state of Alabama. With big events come big responsibilities, and making sure that the safety of all the 3,600 athletes from over 100 countries is of the utmost importance. And so we're grateful for the support from the federal agencies and the local and state authorities as well. With this being a Tier 1 rated event appointed by the Department of Homeland Security, that means that certain precautions need to be taken, and we're doing everything we can to ensure the safety of everybody that's involved, but also ensure the fan engagement and the fan safety is important as well. In the coming weeks, we'll be discussing a transportation plan that will help to accommodate all of this. Will help people to get around all of our neighborhoods and also different park and ride lots, and we think that'll be a transformative idea, hopefully, for future events in the city of Birmingham. So with that, I will pass the mic along.
Thanks, Jay. And before we introduce our next speaker, as Jay mentioned, with this being a Tier 1 event, that means it's a level of security that we've never seen in Birmingham or Alabama. And that is all focused on with the acknowledgement of we want to make this a great experience for everybody who comes. A couple of things to let you know. That means making sure that all of our residents and all of our businesses know. Over the last few days, we have actively met with up to 150 individuals in particular neighborhoods and locations that will be affected. We have had door-to-door teams that have gone out, passed out letters, left door hangers to say, sorry we missed you, please contact us. And we will continue those conversations over the next weeks as we move forward with this. And that will be our commitment to everybody. We will have as many resources as possible. With that now, let's go on and talk a little bit about the perimeters and the road closures. I would like to introduce Kelvin Blevins. He serves, well, I'm going to tell you, I know you got a couple of hats, but he serves as our Deputy Director for the Birmingham Department of Transportation. Kelvin?
Good morning. My name is Kelvin Blevins, and I serve as the Deputy Director for the Department of Transportation for Birmingham. I also serve as the Transportation Director for the World Games. We've been working tirelessly with law enforcement and federal partners to identify a lot of road closures for the safety of these events, and I'll go over some of these closures briefly with you. Okay, this map is the downtown area. This area, some of the significant closures will be the exit at 17th Street. That's the I-59 exit at 17th Street. You will not be able to make this left turn onto Abraham Woods. Abraham Woods will be closed from 17th Street to 25th Street North. So that is one of our significant closures. It's the exit ramp. One of the other exit ramps that we're working with ALDOT with is the 25th Street exit ramp. You'll be able to exit 25th Street, but you will not be able to get onto the ramp at 25th Street. So this is another significant closure. So this is 25th Street ramp that takes you to I-59 eastbound. So that's the significant closures in the downtown area. We do have some closures on 12th Avenue North around Protective Stadium. So 12th Avenue North around Protective Stadium will be closed from Caraway to Shuttlesworth. That is one of the closures there. The ramp at 11th Avenue North will be open for spectators to get on the ramp to go to the three major intersections, I-59, I-65, and I-65 South.
Kelvin,
Yes, sir.
if I may jump in too, just to acknowledge, and Kelvin, correct me if I'm wrong, when you look at these kind of the red locations, those are road closures at that spot, that essentially creates the perimeter. I mean, you may be able to point it kind of around, but
So,
you'll see that basically is the perimeter that is going to be closed off to vehicles only. This will be a pedestrian event. People will be able to walk through, but that gives you an idea of all the closures all the way around. And so if you connect the dots with all of those red locations, you will have the perimeter that's designed. And we'll have a digital file that we can send to you as well to let you know.
I think one thing to point out, though, is there's a lot of businesses and different residents that fall within these closures. And as Rick alluded to, we're informing them and letting them know what the plans are to accommodate them. So don't want to get that necessarily twisted.
yes, next slide. This slide is for Railroad Park. The significant closure for Railroad Park is the 1st Avenue South in front of Railroad Park. So there'll be a barricade placed on 14th Street to 18th Street. The blue lines are temporary closures for the duathlon. So as riders, bikers go through those roadblocks, then that section will open back up. But the red lines are barricades, and also 16th and 17th Street will also be closed going into the Railroad Park. Next slide. This is Avondale Park. Significant closure on Avondale Park is 5th Avenue South in front of the park. So that closure will be from right outside 39th Street to 42nd Street, that closure. There'll also be a partial closure here on 41st Street leading up into the park. Residents will be allowed to travel here around these closures.
There are, if I can touch on that again, you'll notice that there are some residents that will be inside the perimeter. that there will be a credentialing process, and we've already told them that that'll be coming in the next few weeks. We will provide more detail, but there'll be a credentialing process for them to be able to enter the perimeter. There's also some on Fifth as well that fall into it, but there is a location in the back. They have access to their alleyway for property, and some of them use that back alleyway as well. So that's one of the key parts we want to stress to everybody as well.
Next slide. This is Bessie Estelle and the UAB closure. Significant closure for travel. It's a partial closure of University Boulevard, mid-block from 14th Street to 16th Street. The right lane will be closed until you get to 16th Street during the World Games time. Another significant closure is at Bessie Estelle Park from University Boulevard to 10th Avenue South or 9th Avenue South will be closed around the park. This is St. Eliza's Church. They will be able to access that area, and the residents will be able to access around those closures.
All right. And one
Turn it
thing,
back.
Park, First Avenue South, that is going to be relevant for a moment. Is it July 12th? Is that the closure date for First Avenue South?
First Avenue South will be July 12th at that night of July 12th.
Yeah, so it'll be the night. So that one won't be for the whole games. It'll be the 12th through the 17th for that one. And when he mentioned those temporary closures, it's very similar to, say, a Magic City Classic, or some of the closures may happen during a game at Protective, or another good example, particularly with the Railroad Park for some of the games, would be like a Mercedes Marathon or one of the large running events where it'll be, temporary closures. It'll kind of roll along with the needs as well. So with that, couple of things to remind you. We continue to talk with residents and businesses and notify them and have conversations. If we haven't already talked to them, we are going to be talking to them very, very soon. We've been squeezing as many of these meetings in as well as the door knocking as possible. One other thing, remember this is a pedestrian-friendly event, so all of these areas that we're talking about, this is closed to vehicles in these areas. This means pedestrians can move freely through these areas. And the final point is to stress that there will be a transit system. We look forward to announcing the World Games transit line in the coming days, and that will address a lot of questions for folks about how to get there. With that, we will pause and take any questions that you may have. And I know it's a lot to kind of go through at this
I
time.
was just gonna say, Rick, the two venues that I can think of off the top of my head that were not mentioned, Legion Field and the Crossplex.
Yes, and those are going to be, well, Kelvin, you want to talk a little bit about both of those? You can. Yeah.
As far as the crossplex, all the crossplex closures will be inside the perimeter. But one thing to take in mind, to enter the crossplex for spectators, we have to enter through Lom Avenue. So that's one significant item on the crossplex. Legion Field will be similar to the Magic City Classic. So 8th Avenue West will be closed for during Legion Field events.
So it'll be similar, like you said, to the Magic City Classic security.
Yes, yes.
There will be parking on site.
That, yeah, there will be parking on site for flag football for Legion Field, and parking on site at the crossplex also.
Any other questions?
Yeah, you good, man. One thing I wanted to ask about in particular during all this, when I know they're trying to do the rapid transit project, is that going to work hand in hand with the unveiling of, I'd imagine, what y'all going to do transit-wise, public-wise for the World Games? Yes,
that will be part of our transit line that we will introduce later.
Yeah, and we look forward, and we will provide. I mean, there's some specifics that are still being finalized on the on the World Games transit line, and we look forward to rolling that out. But we want to finalize those specifics before so we can provide all answers that. So that'll be coming soon, and we'll keep you up to date on that one. Yes, sir.
One other question. This is dealing with security, obviously. Can you touch on again why this is such a high-level security event, and which firm has the World Games gone with to provide the security at the venues? I know that BPD will be providing some level of security, but which firm or what kind of force should we expect to see at these venues to provide security?
Yeah, so obviously, as we alluded to at the Tier 1 rate event, all the police forces will be at different venues, but that will also bring a lot of resources from the federal side of things, whether it be plainclothes officers to other things. In terms of private security, we're going with a variety of firms. Some of our venues have contractual obligations, such as the BJCC has their regular firm, and several of our other venues have that. Otherwise, we've outsourced 4 to 5 different companies to help us with that.
Communication-wise, I've heard from a lot of first responders, there's some concern on their end about comms, especially when FCC has already granted countries, some clearance on some of the channels that they share. Is there any effort being made to perhaps alleviate some of those concerns, or are they actually valid?
From a comms standpoint, I mean, we have the best of the best working on that to ensure that we have proper comms, especially across our public safety. I mean, working with the FBI and the Secret Service and those types, we certainly should have great comms. Working with Jefferson County Emergency Agency here, we're also working with them to ensure we have different, as they call them, farm animals at all of our different venues, that being cows, cell on wheels, to ensure increased service across the major carriers as well.
Anybody else? I appreciate it. It's a lot of material, and we know that. And so you'll be looking through it. You'll probably have some follow-ups for us. Like I said, we will provide digital files for you, so you can use those, and you can examine those and use them on your stories. And we will do a follow-up with a native file for you with the mayor's comments as well. Marie, I believe, has a release for you. We'll provide that. And like I said, a couple of things, as Jay and I both have been touching on. We look forward to introducing a World Games transit line to you in the very near future. And we think that this is going to be one key aspect of the games, and we're very excited for what is coming together with that in utilizing all the strengths that we can to make it an event that is easily accessible. It is going to be fun for everybody, and it's going to be a safe and secure event. In addition to that, like I said, we will continue to communicate with the residents most affected and the businesses most affected by these closures. Obviously, when you talk about a large perimeter in downtown Birmingham, moving into the northern part of downtown Birmingham, that will impact a lot of folks. One of the reasons that we're rolling this out 2.5 months in advance is because we want to get folks thinking about some of the changes that will happen during July, the first half of July, so they can make their plans and move forward with that. So with that, thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. We look forward to holding another update with you very, very soon. Okay?